Kia ora everyone, we're keeping the ball rolling here with some more LEGO Jurassic sets. This here is another one that I got on sale. This is set 76973, the Raptor and Titanosaurus Tracking Mission, which released this year in June for the upcoming movie Jurassic World Rebirth, which should be out now by the time this upload goes live. You can see here that this set contains 582 pieces in total. It has 3 minifigures and 2 dino inclusions. We seem to be getting more and more LEGO Jurassic sets that feature more than one dino lately. That's great. The set here retails for $110 in USD before tax, which feels pretty steep, and that price converted into my country's currency makes it 180 NZD right now, but here in NZ, LEGO are charging us 170 NZD, which I still feel is steep, but I have just shown that it could be worse. Now, NZ's biggest retailer just had a 20% off sale, and their prices are already nearly 10% off anyway, so I actually paid just $120 NZD here, which is about $70 USD before tax for all of those watching from the States. The set overview here is a dilapidated convenience store, looks like a petrol station, but the back of the box here also shows some very cool secret build inclusions, and honestly, I didn't even know about this until today. We have a little campsite here that's placed off to the side. This keeps to the current theme of the new Jurassic movie having very interesting set releases, so I'm very curious to get this one built. We can also see images of the set's main features there and some better looks at the minimal interior space there. This set also contains vehicles and dinos but no lab inclusions, though we do have a little bit of tech-based stuff here. Opening the set up, inside we have a dino body piece all on its own, and the bags there that I need for the build, including some extras that have been set aside in a plastic bag. And what's the point of doing plastic and paper? You've got 5 numbered bags in total, and all of those extras there, like I said. It's full of dino parts and plates, and we also have this massive body piece, plus the instructions, which are in their own sort of packaging. And then here's the build, and it maybe took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours in total, I think. I lost track of time there, but the temple build, which I just looked at on the channel, took about 3 hours or so I think that tracks. Now, the dinosaur is the real appealing inclusion there, but as someone who has a few of these releases, the reuses are interesting and I look forward to getting into details about them soon. If I'm honest, I got this more so for that build of the gas station. How lame is that? The set there is split into 3 sections, the dinosaurs and the vehicles here, the campsite and the trailer next, and you end with the gas station. So we'll look at the vehicles up first here, a staple for this toy line, and I really do like the little inclusions there for not taking up too much for the build. The bike here feels like a classic design but reimagined. There's a bike that looks exactly like this from the Pharaoh's Quest line that I really love. It features a darker color scheme though. This bike mold here feels new to me, but I'm sure it's been used in other sets before. You are able to place a minifigure on here like you imagine, and the build doesn't use too many extra parts there for some detailing. The Dune Buggy is a very cool inclusion. That size is perfect to me, and both vehicles are using that red and tan color scheme that I love so much. It's not often these days that I buy sets from themes that would feature vehicles like this, so it took me back to my old childhood days of the action-based themes that I used to love. Once again, we see the printed piece of the Jurassic Park logo here, so it's cool to see that it's been used throughout more releases. We also have a sticker there of vehicle number 8. That's important because I did mention how the truck and helicopter in the temple set feature the numbers of 5 and 3. Jumping to 8 here leaves more questions than answers for me. I'm very eager to see how this tracks in the movie. Altogether, the vehicles look really stellar with that matching color scheme. The back of the off-road vehicle there features a standing space and a control panel, and some accessories are held here for storage. If you wanted to, you could place a figure there to interact with the control switch, but the panel is actually part of the body frame there, which we can move in order to access the driver's seat. It just feels like a fun build to be included overall. Briefly looking ahead here, but not quite just yet, we do have a campsite and the trailer, and because we were just looking at the vehicles, we should take a look at the trailer now. The trailer here actually features a couple of ideas that we looked at in that temple set, the most obvious one to me being this crate at the back there. We also have some clips there for storage and this control panel. It's the same one from the buggy vehicle that seems to be linked with the satellite dish. Both of these items are removable from the cart as well. This crate is the exact same build as the one from the temple, so it could be important plot stuff, or maybe it's just the engine aesthetic this time around. You can open this thing up, but inside we don't have any included syringe pieces. You can see the same crate here on the truck like I mentioned, but this is something that really bothered me. The sticker quality here has changed between sets. The one on the left here is from this set, and the one on the right is from the temple. Now, I'm not sure if this is something wrong with my release, but the bricks here are the same and everything. You can actually see that the pattern is different this time around. There are these little symbols that appear with these sections, but they're gone when you look at the temple's build. The issue is the quality of colors there. You can basically see right through these prints, making the yellow appear darker. I haven't personally experienced this myself before with any LEGO releases, so it took me by surprise. I'm not sure if these are meant to be connecting together, as I haven't seen the movie yet, but you can customize the dish around to be displayed with that vehicle. Cool ideas and fun for play. The trailer also features a hitch that can link to the buggy. This is the same piece that was included in that truck from the temple build. Lots of connections to that set, as you can see. And I said in my review that I wondered if this linked to a different set, and well, now I guess it links to this one. It's really cool when the sets allow you to make connections like this. And also, while we're at it, the trailer does feature a tracking pad of the Titanosaurus that makes 3 trackers covered here for the dinos. Another comparison here though, because just look at the sticker quality with this one. My god, the left there is from the temple and the right is from this set. Is that not ridiculous? It's such a dark print now. The campsite here is totally unnecessary for the build, but it is still a cool inclusion that has some interesting elements at play here. This tree design I believe has been used in plenty of other sets in the past. I feel like the Shire used something very similar to this, and nearby we have a tent complete with a cookout. The 2 builds are placed on these little side stands, featuring some bones over here just in case you forgot what LEGO theme this is. The tent has a spider on the side there and 2 simple walls that are folded in, and it looks smaller than it actually is. Inside we have a bed with a pillow build, a small seated area there to be resting and cooking. The tree here uses some different greens to help stand out. The little leaves colored in lime green and white flowers are added for some details. My favorite aspect here is the height similarities between the dino and the tree. The dinosaur is able to easily reach the height for feeding. Now the final aspect here is the feature of knocking the tree down. You can push down on this button here and the entire thing will collapse. It looks a little off, and I think that's just because of how spindly the build is for the tree branch. Like I said, I think the campsite is nice, but it's not important or necessary to the build itself, so it feels like we're just adding to the cost. The station is pretty great though. Scale wise, it's a lot smaller than I think I would have liked it to have been, at least the interior is, that's for sure. Now LEGO's description calls this a toy charging station, but I think it's supposed to just be a gas station. The colors there are excellent, yellow and white look like convenience stores from where I'm from, and the build here features some really fun details. I like the stickered sign here that reads Stego Stop and Go, complete with a logo as well. I'm very curious to see how this is going to play a role in the new movie, because a convenience store station feels like a rather strange one for the series. You've also got some stickers there indicating a closed sign despite being open 24 hours, and a sign that shows no phones, no food, and no dinos allowed inside. The back front section here shows a shade sail inclusion with a snake that's been clipped on there. You've also got a lamp, and both are located near the gas pump, which is complete with a nozzle, and there's one on each side. My favorite part here is the oil spill, which uses 3 different sized puddle builds, and a box is located at the back there. If I remove that box, we can see that the buggy can fit in just like so. This makes for a really great display design. I was also curious to see how well the truck can fit here, and the answer is it can't really. The side elements here seem to prevent the truck from moving back further, but it's almost there, it's so close. If we move this thing around, we can see the back section and the interior space. You've got a ladder there which is used to explain how the characters can access the roof, and it feels like a pretty nice place to set up the campsite. The interior is very small, it's tiny in fact, something that the LEGO Jurassic line has regularly had issues with if you ask me. You can see you've got about 1 to 2 studs worth of room for your minifigs. Here we've got a vendor section with a hot dog machine and a moldy sausage there, and a drinks machine too that is no doubt busted. We then have a computer screen which might have been a cash register or something, and outside we have what I believe to be an ATM with a single $100 bill inside. The roof is very simple, but I love the build of the tiles there with those grass pieces, my favorite LEGO Leaves piece which is still going strong to this very day. The drone there is the last inclusion for the build, which I believe has been featured in other sets as well. This feels like very familiar territory. It uses that really cool Marvel Superheroes display piece there to look like it's flying, and it's equipped with a yellow syringe piece to be used on the dinosaur. And speaking of, these are your dinos. The size here makes it very difficult to film them both at the same time, but we have a massive scale dinosaur and a smaller scale dinosaur. Once again, I think it's very cool to have multiple dinosaurs here in this one release. The Titanosaurus here, being named a Titanic-sized lizard, looks great, and LEGO here have been reusing some parts introduced from these sets in 2023. The biggest new piece here for the dino is that headpiece, which features a bulbous section there at the very end. Looks like a weak point for a boss fight. Printing wise, beautiful stuff. The grey and the whites here look really great, and actually, my bad, the tail there is special for this dinosaur as well. The dino can break down into just 4 pieces in total. It's these 2 sections here that seem to make the most of the size up. Both of these parts here have been reused from the Brachiosaurus set, which I believe was a set that released with a very similar price point. Movements are pretty slim compared to most of the dinosaurs. The head can move, and also the raptor jaw piece features some movements. The long neck can also move, and there are huge chunks here missing which allow for those movements. I always felt like it's just a little too much personally. I wish we didn't have to have so much exposed there. The tail can also move, but only the connector that links to the body. The rest of the tail there is one large piece, which can make some display options limiting. This is the Titanosaurus here compared to the Brachiosaurus. You can spot the immediate similarities right away. A difference here with the printing, the body features more larger prints here at the sides as opposed to prints all over. The tails are quite extreme. I believe the Brachiosaurus there is using the T-Rex tail compared to this long and rather slender tail for our new dinosaur. The necks are interesting as well. The new dino there features some printing on the inside of the neck, whereas Brachie there features some printing on the outside of the neck. And the heads are very different too. The jaw piece for one thing for each of them helps to show how different their size and scales are. This dino may repeat a few things from dinos that I already have in my collection, but I do think the color change here works really well, and the large scale dinos just feel great in hand. It's also nice to have some more larger scale characters to interact with one another. As for the Velociraptor though, I have to say I'm not a fan. Color-wise, I do really dig this new style. I think the body and the pattern details are really cool, and well, to be fair, it does look like a really good raptor mold too. My issue here is with that resize after being so used to the original one for so long, but the resize issue actually goes back further than today's set. This dino is using the same mold as the Atrociraptors from the Jurassic World Dominion sets, or it uses a mold that seems to be very inspired by these guys. You can kind of see a difference with the head mold there, a slight change between the two, especially within their necks, but if you look at the rest of the body, it's the same piece but it's been flipped. It's a mirrored release. Really interesting to see, and I'm not sure if this dino has released before in other sets or what. The reshape here actually goes back to the Dilophosaurus dino, which started in I believe 2019. The Atrociraptor uses basically the same thing from there, except the head's been changed. I really strongly disliked this dinosaur mold at release. I think this thing is very lame compared to the original Dilophosaurus, which I think might to this day be my favorite dino. These dinosaurs here featured articulated limbs. The size of these things is massive, which probably wasn't in scale with the minifigures, but they felt like really fun toys to play with. So this here is a quick comparison between Blue the Raptor from the Dominion sets and the new Raptor from this one. You can see the size change is drastic here, and the lack of articulation does make the dinosaur weaker for me. Now I think LEGO have done this for scale reasons, making the dinos more in line with the minifigures, but it's really sad to see the great toy molds gone now for not just one, but for 2 different dinosaurs. I'm starting to wonder if we ever see the T-Rex downsized sometime soon as well. This here is a comparison of the scale for the dinosaurs in question with the Titanosaurus and a minifig. Admittedly, yeah, Blue's massive here, which is very funny to see, but I do still prefer those older models compared to this new one. As for the minifigures, they are either very neat or very boring depending on how many sets you buy from this new movie. I have repeated over and over again that I've already covered the temple on the set, which unfortunately features all 3 of these exact minifigures, so for me reviewing this set second, I have to say I'm a little bummed out there. So this is Zora Bennett, who is played by Scarlett Johansson in the brand new movie, therefore she uses the standard Scarlett Johansson face print that is always used with Black Widow, and also using the Jyn Erso hairpiece but coloured in a tan dirty blonde. She features a very cool military-like print for the torso and leg printing as well. She also features a backpack print, which I really wish was just a piece. The Loomis figure includes a backpack, so why can't she? We have a double-sided expression of anger there, and as mentioned, that same minifigure repeated from another set. I wish we had something interesting there between the two, like a set-specific accessory or something to just kind of make them feel different. And this here is Martin Krebs, who I said in the last video looked like the Tom Holland Nathan Drake depiction. It's the Han Solo face print and the Infinity War Doctor Strange here. The most notable difference between this guy versus the Temple version is that stick accessory, but I have no idea what that significance is yet. Otherwise, we have the same sort of double-sided expression that shows determination or something, a pretty cool minifigure, and I do appreciate the minimal leg printing. Then this here is Dr. Henry Loomis. He's probably the best figure for the fun prints and accessories. He includes a camera, some binoculars, and a backpack accessory too, but the weakest aspect is the no printing for his legs. Torso details look pretty cool, definitely feels the most like an adventurous minifigure. He also features a double-sided expression that kind of matches the other guys, once again though, a repeat from that temple set. The instructions here come in 3 booklets, so you can build with someone else if you'd like to. The first one shows the vehicles and the dinos, and at the back we have the builds all complete. Our next booklet there features the campsite and trailer, and the booklet is bigger here too. The back once again shows the set all complete, and then we move on to the final instruction manual, which builds our station. At the very back it features an image of the entire build complete, including all the extra pieces and everything. And then we have the roster of sets here, which I have talked about before. In case you didn't know, Temple set already covered on this channel. As for the other releases, I'm interested in seeing the movie first before deciding to commit to more of these sets, but that T-Rex set is absolutely not happening. We then have the inventory list and the empty sticker sheet here, along with the winning guy sending us off. Overall, I do like this set quite a bit despite some of the minimal issues I have. It's a pretty rare instance where I like the builds equally to the dinos for a Jurassic based release. The pro of this set is the fact that we don't really get convenience stores often in other themes, so the build here still feels fresh. The vehicles are pretty cool, but the Raptor and minifigures leave a lot to be desired. For that sale price that I paid, I think I got a pretty good deal with this one, and I'm happy to add this to my collection. Thanks for watching everyone. If you enjoyed this look at a LEGO Jurassic set, liking this video here and subscribing to the channel helps to support more videos like this one in the future. Ka kite anō, take care, see you all next time.